What's going on? It's yours truly. Just say it with me. They call me Mr.Taliaferro. How's everybody doing out there? I want to have a conversation about load management, but I want to take it a different place here. I thought LeBron James gave Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports a very interesting quote, all right? Chris Haynes did an interview with LeBron, and they were talking about the topic of load management and how AAU basketball is affecting these kids. If you don't know what AAU basketball is, first off, I suggest you do something better with your summers. There's a lot of good basketball happening. There's also a lot of bad basketball happening. A lot of these kids are, you get these 4 or 5-star recruits. They're playing, they're joining alongside other 4 or 5-star recruits, and they're dominating in their city and their state on the AAU circuit. And they're pretty much putting on a dunk show every night. Go follow the Ball is Life YouTube channels. I mean, these kids like Imani Bates and all these other great kids, these 4 or 5-star caliber players are going to go on and be NBA players. They have no business playing some of the teams that they're playing on the AAU circuits. And it's getting disgusting. The new trend is 1 to 2 coaches in your city. They go grab every 4 or 5-star recruit there is. They go make this super team to try to compete for the best in the country. The downside to that is these kids are playing a lot of games and not a lot of reward for this. Just more free basketball. We complain about the collegiate level, but let's be clear. There are a lot of people making a lot of money outside of these kids on that AAU circuit. So I want to give you guys some quotes from LeBron James, what he believes. And again, LeBron does have 2 kids that play AAU ball, and he does have one of the top AAU teams in the country for their age group. So I want to give you guys LeBron's opinion on AAU. And again, he has invested interest. He is the owner of an AAU team. So this even makes his quotes even more interesting. He said, these kids are going into the league already banged up. And I think parents and coaches need to know that. AAU coaches don't give a F. AAU coaches couldn't give a damn about a kid and what his body is going through. I think AAU has something to do with it for sure. It was a few tournaments where my kids, Bronny and Bryce, had 5 games in one day. And that's just fucking out of control. That's just too much. And there was a case study where I read a report. I don't know who wrote it not too long ago. And it was about the causes and kids' bodies already being broken down, and they contributed to AAU basketball and how many games that these tournaments are having for their financial benefit. So I'm very conscious for my own son because that's all I can control. If my son says he's so tired, he's not playing. Because a lot of these tournaments don't have the best interest of these kids, man. I see it. It's like one time they had to play a quarterfinal game, a semifinal game, and a championship game starting at 9 a.m. and the championship game was at 12:30 p.m. 3 games, I was like, oh, hell no. And my kids were dead tired. This isn't right. This is an issue. Now, I want to proceed with caution here. First off, I represent the working class. I know y'all see I do YouTube videos, but every day I got to get on this camera and make videos. A lot of them to make ends meet, to pay my rent. I ain't one of these rich YouTubers. I'm grinding every day for mine. Be clear. It's a privilege to come on this camera and do what I do for a living. People have much harder jobs than I do. And for that, I thank the man above. I appreciate this opportunity. There are people who work their behinds off every day. I represent the working class. I represent the working class. I said represent. Represent the working class. And I said that to say, look, man, there are a lot more difficult things you can be doing than playing basketball every day. Don't think I'm doing anything weird here. My dog's next to me. I'm rubbing my dog. There are a lot more difficult things you can be doing with your life than playing basketball. There are kids that play basketball at their house up the street for free every day. Love the game and what the game can do for them, or just appreciation for playing basketball, keeping them out of the streets, keeping them from robbing somebody, stealing, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, people hoop every day, bro. We did it growing up every day as we could until school got too real for me and I had to pull back. I just want to throw that out there. Like, come on now. To a degree, we have to understand that people are working their behinds off. And there are people out there that work at FedEx, UPS, the Nike factory. Trust me, I did it. You know what I mean? Working in the hub. I was a pick packer at Nike. It's hard. That shit is hard work for real. You're straining your back, and it's 12-hour shifts. You go to work at 6 in the morning. Yeah, you get home at 6 in the evening. In the fall and the winter, we call it you never see the sun rise or you never see the sun set. When you leave the house, it's dark. When you get home, it's dark. Literally, that's the shift that you work in. It's a 12-hour shift, 6 to 6. So there are other jobs when you strain your back. So I just want to throw that out there. These kids, some of these kids are able to use these AAU teams to make it out, to get highly scouted, and they go on to make money in the NBA or overseas. You know what I mean? So I just want to throw that out there. But I think LeBron makes a point. Everybody's so concerned with making money. I went to an AAU game a year or so ago. One weekend, it was free basketball. Another weekend, they were charging people $20, $40 to get in the door. That's ridiculous, man. Like, $20, $40 to see your kid play? It's a bit much. You know what I mean? Now you're treating all these big-time sponsors are behind you. Come on now. More free basketball. You see it. You go to one of these AAU tournaments, there's a Nike, Gatorade, Adidas, Puma logo every which way you look. You know what that tells you? Quiet, Kobe. My dog is named after Kobe Bryant, by the way. You know what that tells you? That tells you that somebody's making some money somewhere off these tournaments. Sponsors don't show up for blank trips. All right, sponsors, they're doing something. Either they're trying to recruit an athlete on the low, they're trying to sponsor one of these teams to make money. There's always an end to why these big companies associate themselves, especially with these AAU leagues and these tournaments specifically. People are making money. There are a lot of people making money off of these kids' back who, again, see nothing out of this pot. Even at that, like, look, if you're going to tell me that AAU games are going to be $5 to enter every tournament around the country, I'm fine with that, right? But when I start seeing tickets rise to $20, $25, and all you want to do is tell me, man, these kids get to play basketball for free, they get food, they get water. Hold on now. If it's all about the kids and them just playing for the love of the game and the love of the sport, why are these prices increasing? Why do we keep increasing these prices for these games and these things? And I know in certain situations, certain teams need their players to pay for their jerseys and their travel and all that. That's one thing, right? But a lot of these leagues are getting sponsored. They ain't paying for nothing. A lot of NBA players go back and sponsor teams in their cities. You ain't paying for this stuff. Y'all got big time sponsors. These kids ain't paying for that stuff. Meaning these coaches don't need these kids for nothing. They're getting taken care of themselves. Someone's making a lot of money somewhere. Someone's getting broken off. There's somebody making money in this situation. I just want to throw that out there. I think LeBron makes some points, but y'all let me know what y'all think. LeBron believes part of the load management issue is due to the amount of games that these kids are playing. And I kind of took a different angle on it, but I would love to know your angle in the comment box below. Tell me what you think. I'm out. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.